You can absolutely arrive at an objective and fair morality system using the scientific method.
What? Look, scientism is basically the belief in the omnicompetence of the scientific method. Essentially, that it can answer any question. But that's mostly just gibberish. Science measures and observes the physical world. Morality is not something you can put under a microscope or look at through a telescope. You can study what humans believe is moral, but science itself can't tell you why something is objectively right or wrong. You can't run an experiment to discover that murder is bad in the same way that you discover gravity.
Of all things in the universe, morality should be logically constructed, not what we got today.
Okay, so now you're saying it's philosophical? Logic is literally a branch of philosophy. Oh, and by the way, the foundations of science came out of philosophy too. So the second you stop talking about measuring particles and start talking about what morality ought to be, you've already stepped out of the range of empirical science and entered the philosophical domain. Science tells you how the world behaves. Morality is about what you should do.
And anyone trying to use philosophy to answer questions of cosmology is automatically going to fail.
This totally misses the point of philosophy. A huge part of it is figuring out better questions to ask. Science answers measurable questions. Philosophy is what examines the assumptions that underlie that. You don't get cosmology without philosophical questions first.
And it takes a philosopher to sit there and say, well, it's not as cut and dry as you say, without actually offering any reason for it.
Philosophy is about examining the logical structure underneath your conclusions. If someone says, hold on, your conclusion depends on assumptions that you haven't justified yet, that's not a bad thing. That's called rigor. Ironically enough, to this creator's name, that's called critical thinking.